I just thought I'd take the time to go live. It's been a busy day and I didn't do my normal morning live. And one of these days, I'm going to learn how to go back and edit some of these and give you some clips. But here's why I'm here. Everybody says, why do you do what you do? How do you know what you do? And I can only tell you that I've had some of the greatest inspiration in my life. First of all, it was my mom and my dad, but we're going to just talk about mom today. Mama taught me 3 things about business, and I was observing her as a child. If she was around today, she would be 97, and she would be so excited to sit here and watch classes online and to learn the technology. She wouldn't quit. I know that. She was always curious. So what were the 3 things she taught me? Well, the curiosity part is consistent. So I'm not going to name that as number 1. That's a whole topic all up in itself. But she talked about serving people every day. So my mom served people in interesting ways. She grew up as a kid, and at 16, she's running a grain elevator with her brother. The summer she's 16 and he's 13. And she's serving all the farmers as they bring all their grains in to get ready to ship out and earn their income. She did a lot of other things as a young woman and started college. But after she got married, she came back and she worked in my grandfather's John Deere implement business, serving farmers, getting the parts and the maintenance that they needed on their tractors. So she wasn't coddled. She always dealt with men as well as women. It didn't matter if it was the wife or the husband that came in that needed the parts. She knew how to serve people, period. And I think without just saying anything in specific, that's what has always run through is my theme. So when I was putting together my new brand that I support, Scrappy Entrepreneurs, Scrappy to me means my mom. I never saw her give up. I never saw her say she couldn't do anything. I never saw her get frustrated, except maybe when she wasn't quite sure what she should be doing with us kids because we were messing up. And I think any mom has that problem. But when it came to business or it came to education, mom was in there. She was tough. And she was tough in a nice way. She delivered velvet 2x4s and you didn't even know you got hit, but you changed, you adjusted, you got served. So anyway, that's one of the fascinating things about my mom that I try to carry forward in my business. So when I run my launch next week for all of you who want to really focus on 2022, making it the best you can make. Now, my word for next year is bold. If you're ready to play with someone who likes to be bold, can show you how to be bold and help you be comfortable with bold, then we really should talk. Because mom showed me how. So this has been around for a while. This isn't a new pair of shoes I'm putting on. This is who I've been my whole life, but it's okay to talk about it now because there were so many times in many people's lives, maybe not yours, where it wasn't appropriate to talk like that. Now, if my mom heard me saying this stuff, I could just see the facial expressions now. But anyway, she'd be there and she'd be going, okay, do it your way, Marla. So now she'd also dig in to find a result. She didn't just give up on anything. She was always going to find a resource. And I think that was her greatest asset. She was curious and she'd find the way to get something done. So in business, that was pretty obvious. She had systems that she could play within. But when she got into, and she had to finish her degree. So she finished her degree one summer. She took all 3 kids. We lived in the attic apartment of my uncle's house while she went to college for the summer to finish up her bachelor's degree. And then she had to find places for us all day at the YMCA. And we made that work. And then Dad would come up on the weekends and spend a weekend with us. And we'd have 2 days off. He'd take the kids, us, to the park. And she'd stay home and she'd study for 2 days. So this is how we made our lives work. We always found a way. There was this pitch in It's not, she's taken this degree in 1954, okay? This isn't like a day and age of computers. You handwrite everything and you have an old upright typewriter. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you go find one. And everything you type up is on carbon paper. Okay? So she was scrappy. I had a scrappy mom. And so then we go to California and she starts out in education. She didn't want to work in a family business. And my dad's on the road at least 3-4 days a week. And she's still got 3 kids under 10. And she starts a master's degree. So one summer we're going to school and we're at the YMCA. And then during the school year, we're sitting in the library at a state college in California while mom goes to class. Now, where did this end up? What's the deal? Why am I bringing this up? Why does this make her scrappy? Because she had to dig in. So let me talk to you about nowadays. Nowadays, you all have Excel spreadsheets, right? So if you want to do some data and some complications, there's formulas out there, and you can type things into an Excel spreadsheet. You can have it create graphs, do everything you want, do your statistics. When she was doing the research for her master's degree, they had these old IBM cards. They're like an index card, but bigger. They're about this size, okay? And then in this, around the side, there's all these holes. And these holes each have a number. And each of those numbers relates to a specific answer you would have on a survey. And then you had like a stylus, a very skinny, let's call it a toothpick, but it's metal. And so if you're trying to type up your paper, you want to see the research you have on this particular question, you stick the stylus through hole 61 and you shake out all the cards that don't fit. So you shake out all the cards that don't fit, and the ones that you have left, that's the criteria you're going to use for this. And then you compile your statistics from that. So if you only got 3 answers out of 200, well, that affected your statistics. Whereas if you got another question that got a certain answer that got 180 answers out of 200, so then that's how you built your graphs. So she dug in. She went for 4 years with us going to college with her. So I'm 10, she's 14 when she gets her master's. So then she didn't stop there. Oh, God. She had a lot of stories. But anyway, what the point was there is she knew how to dig in, and she would dig in. So when you take a look at today's online business, she would have fun digging in here because it would be just so much easier for her. So if any of you are sitting out there saying this is hard, I'm going to tell you, Mama showed me what hard was, and everything since then has been hard but getting easier. And if you think there's anything about today that is stressing you out and making it hard, then you want to talk to me, because I was a master at making hard easy. And if she can do it, then I can share with you how to do it. And there are some of the things that she did that I do. And the third thing I want to give you is that she says lots of times people will quit on themselves. She says, I just wait for them to quit quitting. And I'm here for them when they're ready. And I found that very fascinating. And it's taken me a long time to learn what that means. So some of you have MLM teams. You have network marketing teams. You have affiliate marketers. They get excited. They want to get in and they want to start their work. And then something stops them. They get afraid. Whatever that fear is, I'm not going to try to identify it. It helps them quit really early. So I do a lot of things to just keep letting everybody know that when you, and I won't make you wrong, but when any of you quitting on yourself, I'm here. And I have some of the same skills and talents that my mom has. I can always reframe and take a look at what's going on for you and make it simple. That is the best thing Mom could ever do for any of us. She made things simple. Every time I was making things hard, sitting at the dinner table, doing my homework and crying, and it just kept looking harder and harder and harder. I have never seen anyone just sit and wait. And she waited for me to quit quitting on myself. the minute I quit quitting on myself, I was able to understand, hear, and receive what she said. So if you're ready to quit quitting, to quit making it hard, to quit saying I can't figure it out, then I'm here to offer what you need. And I have an event for you next week, December 27th through the 30th. We're going to spend some time together reviewing your brand, reviewing your messaging, reviewing your content, and getting you that audience that you need so that you can show others how to keep going, how to make their business work, and how to produce the results. So if you want to understand my mama, because she sounds interesting, well, then join me, Marla, next week, and you can find it, successwithmarla.com. It's in the comments, successwithmarla.com. It starts next week, and there's some pre-work. So you really want to sign up now and get going so that you can have a fun, interactive, innovative time with us. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.